Hi, this is Frank from thelittleredlight.com, and today I'm going to be following up on my video about Amplitube and how you can use guitar simulators or guitar amp simulators to get a pretty convincing or at least a pretty decent sound or sounding guitar in your mixes just using software. The example that I was using the other day was showing what we did with the arpeggios from this track. I'm just going to play it real quick just so you can give it a little listen. This is it soloed. I'm going to hear real quick without the sim in. So here we have the sound of a DI guitar that sounds like crap. Let's hear it with the software. Okay, now what I'm going to do is play around with it a little bit more so that we can hear what kinds of changes can be made to the sound of the guitar by just tweaking the different controls on Amplitube. So let's start it off again. I'm going to kick up the gain a little bit. Okay, so what I really did right there was dime out the gain and reduce the master volume. Let's see what happens when I change around the quote unquote like tubes that it's supposed to be running through. I'll listen to it again. Right there's supposed to be solid state. Let's go back to the tubes. Come back. So I, for one, hear a difference between the tubes and when it's solid state. It just sounds warmer, fuzzier. The other one, a little more technical, kind of the same thing, like when you switch between a solid state amp and a tube amplifier. So there we are with the EL34s, and let's compare that between the 6L6s. What I actually hear is that the EL34 is it cuts through a little bit more, while the 6L6s sound thicker. If I were looking for a guitar to really cut through the mix and I really didn't want too much of the low end in it, I probably would go with these EL34s or frankly just play around with it in the EQ section. But what fun's that? All right, so now I have it set to 100 watt 6L6, and let's hear the difference between that and the 50 watt one. I mean, there's a marked difference in the quote unquote warmth. There's just more of those low ends that are thickening up on the guitar when I set it to the 50 watt setting. In the 100 watt setting, again, if I were going for more of a clean sound, something that cut through a little bit more, where the lower frequencies are not as important, I would definitely go for it. Um, the version that I'm using right here was something that I got for free several years ago. I don't have a load of the amps in here. Usually the Vintage D is the one that I jump for. You also have available a couple blackface versions of the Fender line as well. I mean, as well as an entire plug-in suite that they have, but I don't have the license to any of them. 57 Deluxe, Pro Junior, the Deluxe Reverb. I have used these before in different studios, different computers, and they vary from sounding good to usable to a couple of them I'm not really the biggest fan of. And then a lot of these other ones really hold their own in whatever sound you're looking for. You have for the Dr. C's, you have the Galleon Krugers, Jet City. I never really used for anything. The oranges I have though, they have several in here that sound excellent. But I would say that this Amplitube series really just has a lot of good stuff in it. It's again worth checking out. So shoot me a message if this is something that you use very regularly in your recording. I'd like to hear about it. If you've made any videos about it, again, please share them. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out thelittleredlight.com. I have a lot of blogs and articles, videos that aren't necessarily on the channel, so be sure to check it out.